There are 20 superchargers at this station off Toohey and Skokie, with people waiting in line to charge up. And batteries are taking much longer to do that, and they are draining much faster.
Imagine being stuck in the dead of winter, your EV turning into a cold, lifeless robot, leaving you stranded in the middle of nowhere. It's a nightmare thousands of EV owners are living through. But why is this happening? And more importantly, why isn't anyone talking about it? Stick around with us as we uncover the shocking truth behind this EV winter debacle. Picture this: you're cruising down a snowy road in your brand new EV, feeling good about saving the planet, when suddenly your worst nightmare comes true. Your EV starts acting up, losing charge faster than you can say frostbite. Turns out EVs lose charge almost twice as fast in winter compared to warmer months. But why? It all comes down to one simple crucial factor: temperature. You see, electric vehicles operate on lithium-ion batteries, which despise chilly temperatures. When the mercury plunges, so does battery efficiency. Studies reveal that in freezing conditions, lithium-ion batteries can lose a staggering 40% of their capacity. This isn't just theory, it's backed by real-world experiences. Countless EV drivers have found themselves stranded in the cold, their vehicles rendered powerless by plummeting temperatures. Take Sarah, for instance, who was left stranded on a wintry night when her EV's battery drained unexpectedly. The culprit? Cold weather wreaking havoc on battery performance. So, when winter rolls around, remember, your EV's battery might not be as resilient as you think. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take some brands that have faced particular challenges with cold weather performance. For instance, Tesla, a pioneer in the EV market, has seen its vehicles experience reduced range and slower charging times in extreme cold. While Tesla's vehicles generally perform well in various conditions, cold weather has posed some difficulties, especially for older models with less advanced battery technology. Similarly, Chevrolet's Bolt EV has encountered cold weather-related issues, with some owners reporting reduced range and battery performance in low temperatures. The Bolt EV, like many other electric vehicles, relies on liquid-cooled batteries, which can be less efficient in cold weather compared to newer solid-state battery technologies. Nissan's Leaf, another popular electric vehicle, has also faced challenges in cold weather. Early models of the Leaf experienced reduced range and battery efficiency in freezing temperatures, though Nissan has made improvements in newer models to mitigate these issues. Thousands of EV owners have reported similar horror stories, with many taking to social media to vent their frustrations. In another study conducted by a leading automotive research institute, EVs were found to lose approximately 25% of their range when operated in temperatures below freezing. This reduction in range poses serious challenges for EV owners, especially those living in colder climates where winter temperatures are the norm. And if it's not bad enough, let's talk about charging stations. Charging stations are the lifeblood of electric vehicles, providing the essential infrastructure for recharging batteries on the go. You'd think with the rise of EVs, these charging stations would be popping up everywhere like mushrooms after a rainstorm, but nope, not in the dead of winter. When winter strikes, these vital facilities can become a source of frustration for EV owners. Despite the growing popularity of EVs, the availability of charging stations often falls short, especially during the harsh winter months. Surprisingly, research reveals that over 70% of charging stations experience issues or are out of order when demand is at its peak in winters. Alright, now picture this. It's winter, and you're cruising around in your trusty electric vehicle, feeling all eco-friendly and cool. But then disaster strikes. You pull up to a charging station only to find it out of order. What gives? Well, winter isn't exactly charging station friendly. Those freezing temperatures, they're like kryptonite to electric components, causing malfunctions and shutdowns faster than you can say frozen cables. And let's not forget about the snow and ice. Ever tried to navigate a charging station buried under a blanket of snow? It's not exactly a walk in the park. Snow and ice buildup can make a real challenge for EV owners to even get to charging stations, let alone plug in their cars safely. But wait, there's more. The winter isn't just about car batteries. Cold weather can also affect how much energy the electrical grid can produce. When demand for heating spikes in winter, power plants might struggle to meet that demand, impacting charging times or even causing temporary outages at stations. This is another factor to consider, especially for those living in areas with already strained grids during winter. So it means that your favorite charging station might be out of commission simply because the grid can't handle the load. Talk about a buzzkill. Now, imagine you're that EV driver stuck with a low battery and nowhere to charge. It's not just inconvenient, it's a serious setback. And it doesn't just affect you. It chips away at the confidence people have in EVs as a reliable form of transportation. Who wants to make the switch to electric when they might end up stranded in the snow? Now you might be wondering, why isn't anyone talking about this? Well, my friends, it all comes down to politics. You see, Governments worldwide have been singing the praises of electric vehicles as the holy grail of green transportation, and hey, they are not entirely wrong. EVs do have the potential to slash emissions and save the planet one charge at a time. But here's where things get shady. While politicians are busy patting themselves on the back for their green initiatives, they've conveniently swept the whole EVs struggling in winter thing under the rug. Why? Because admitting that EVs hitting a rough patch when the snow starts falling would be like slapping a not-so-green sticker on their eco-friendly agenda. It's like finding out your favorite superhero has a weakness for peanut butter. Definitely not the image they're going for. So instead of facing the cold, hard truth, pun intended, they've opted for a little cover-up action. But guess what? We're onto them. By shedding light on this winter conundrum, we're holding them accountable and demanding solutions. After all, if we're going to embrace EVs as the future of transportation, they need to be road trip ready, snow or shine. So politicians, consider this your wake-up call. It's time to stop sweeping things under the rug and start facing the frosty facts. So, where does that leave us? Are EVs nothing but a scam, as some people are saying? Here's the electrifying truth. EVs are far from perfect, but they're definitely not a hoax. Yes, some argue that EVs are just a sneaky way to push pollution elsewhere to the power plants generating the electricity that charges them. There's some truth to that. But the beauty lies in the potential. As renewable energy sources like solar and wind gain traction, EVs can become truly green. Imagine powering your car with sunshine. Plus, even with a not-so-clean grid, EVs still emit zero tailpipe emissions, cleaning up our cities. The sticker shock of buying an EV can also be a buzzkill. They tend to be pricier than their gasoline-guzzling counterparts, but factor in the long run, electricity is generally cheaper than gas, and EVs require less maintenance. Plus, many governments offer sweet incentives like tax breaks and rebates to ease the upfront cost. Let's not sugarcoat it, range anxiety is a real concern, especially for long road trips. Charging infrastructure also needs a serious boost in some areas. However, battery technology is constantly evolving, offering more miles per charge, and the charging network is rapidly expanding, making EVs a more practical option every day. So, are EVs a scam? Absolutely not. They're a promising step towards a cleaner future, but with some kinks to iron out. As technology advances and infrastructure improves, EVs have the potential to revolutionize transportation. But for now, they're a part of the solution, not the silver bullet. But fear not, fellow EV enthusiasts, there is hope on the horizon. The EV revolution is about to shift into high gear, and cold weather woes are on notice. Researchers are cooking up some serious battery breakthroughs that'll keep your electric ride humming all year long. Forget range anxiety in winter, solid-state batteries are emerging as the game changers. These next-gen power packs ditch the flammable liquids of traditional lithium-ion batteries for a solid electrolyte, making them more stable and efficient in extreme temperatures. Imagine carving through snowdrifts without a care. That's the future of EVs with a solid-state tech. Here's the hot, or should we say cold, news. Just this month, a research team at MIT unveiled a solid-state battery prototype boasting a whopping 3x faster charging time than current lithium-ion models. And that's not all, they managed to achieve this feat at frosty negative 40 degrees Celsius. Major car companies are taking notice too, with giants like Toyota and Volkswagen investing billions in developing and testing solid-state batteries. These advancements aren't just lab experiments anymore. News outlets are buzzing with announcements of prototypes exceeding current range and charging times. While solid-state batteries might not be lighting up every driveway tomorrow, the future of EVs is undeniably electric. Pun intended with these innovations on the horizon. So, fish the Parker for your battery and stay charged up, EV fans. The best is yet to come. So there you have it, folks. The cold, hard truth about EVs in winter. It's not pretty, but it's important to know. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back on this and laugh as we cruise down snow-covered roads in our EVs without a care in the world. But until then, stay warm, stay safe, and maybe invest in a good pair of snow boots, just in case. That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay warm out there.